Let Kaya answer. She go 20 for 20. Yes. Statistically speaking, my dog has a higher chance of getting more questions right than me and the coin combined. And the reality of the matter is, given my performance before I started using the coin, it probably would have been even worse overall. Can you guess who said it? This quiz explores the similarities between Nazi Germany and Israel, both in writing and deeds. The basis for this comparison can be found in both projects' settler colonial nature. In Germany's case, with its occupation of Eastern Europe, General Plan Ost, and in Israel's case, with its occupation of Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, and more, Greater Israel. A common process of genocide, extermination, large-scale ethnic cleansing, and forced displacement can be seen. This similarity is not accidental. Early Zionist planners, like Arthur Rupin, were directly inspired by Germany's occupation of Posen. But the state of Israel was not created for the salvation of the Jews. It was created for the salvation of Western interests. This is what is becoming clear. I must say that it was always clear to me. The Palestinians have been paying for the British colonial policy to divide and rule and for Europe's guilty Christian conscience for more than 30 years. James Baldwin, Open Letter to the Born Again. There will be no mercy. We had the moral right, we had the duty towards our people to destroy this people that wanted to destroy us. Zionist. Oh. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this is a tough one. This is, okay, I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play this game because this is impossible. Surprise. This was said by Reich leader SS Heinrich Himmler on the evacuation and extermination of the Jewish people, October 4th, 1943. All the group will be able to do about it will be to scurry around like drugged roaches in a bottle. Nazi. In a committee of the Israeli parliament in 1983, General Raphael Eitam boasted of his triumphs in the West Bank. When we have settled the land, all the Arabs will be able to do about it will be to scurry around like drug roaches in a bottle. For comparison, Tutsis are cockroaches. We kill you. Okay, this is way more difficult than this is insane difficulty. This is the most difficult game I've ever played in my entire life. Who said this? There is one and only one solution, which is to completely destroy members of the group. Okay, Nazi. Oh, brother. Okay, dude. 0-3. 0-3. Also, look who said it. Our friend of the show, Moshe Feiglin, who a couple days ago said every baby in Gaza is an enemy. That's who said it. Moshe Feiglin, Israeli politician and former Knesset member, said this in an interview with Al Jazeera. The terminology is reminiscent of Nazi propaganda, accurately describes Israel's actions today. There is one and only solution, which is to completely destroy Gaza before invading it. And when I talk about destruction, I mean destruction like it was in Dresden and Hiroshima without nuclear weapon. I don't recall that Biden or his predecessors, I don't recall that Americans provided safe humanitarian passageways to the residents of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. On the contrary, they looked for the weakest cities, and over there, they dropped their rockets to make it clear that they were serious. This is what brought an end to the war and saved the lives of 1 million American soldiers. Those are animals. They have no right to exist. I am not debating the way it will happen, but they need to be exterminated. Okay. At this point, it's a coin toss, and we're only 4 questions in, and I have no idea. I genuinely don't know. I'm going to go Zionist. Yo, thank God we got one. Holy. This was said by Yoav Kish, Minister of Education. Like, this man is the Minister of Education and Minister of Regional Cooperation since December 2022. What kind of cooperation is he doing with the region? I do not admit that a wrong has been done to these people by the fact that a stronger race, a higher grade race, a more worldly wise race, to put it that way, has come in and taken their place. Okay, Nazi, easy. Stop! This one's crazy because I know this full quote. They duped me. This one's crazy because it's Churchill in 1937, while speaking in favor of allowing Zionists to settle in Palestine. Churchill stated that, I do not admit, for instance, that a great wrong has been done to the Red Indians of America or the black people of Australia. Yeah, if I knew that it said the Red Indians, I would know, because it's a very famous Churchill quote that I use all the time. Also, to be fair, Churchill, I would go so far as to say, was both a Zionist and a Nazi. Depending on which time frame we're looking at, it's not like he was, he became very anti-Nazi, make no mistake. But, there was, depending on which time frame we're looking at, you could probably find some quotes where he was sympathetic to both causes, So this is a half point. This is a half point for me, I think. In 1902, Churchill stated that the great barbaric nations would menace civilized nations. Okay, even they also do okay, this is a half point. This is a half point because look, see, I told you. In 1902, Churchill stated that the great barbaric nations would menace civilized nations and that the Aryan stock is bound to triumph. That is a half point. I'm telling you, depending on which time frame you were looking at with Churchill, as this game also openly recognizes, Churchill could very easily be bracketed under the Nazi category. Having said that, he was a lifelong Zionist, but he stopped being a pro-Nazi guy when, obviously no longer was there any appeasement. Okay, it. I'll take the L. That's 1. Okay, that's 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. I'm so cooked. How many? 21 questions. 1 out of 5 so far. We shall exterminate the group. The group will not get away with their responsibility for date. This day will be okay. That's fucking Zionist. The date? October 7. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Dude. I'm sorry. That is crazy. This was said by Adolf Hitler while speaking to the Czech Foreign Minister Tchaikovsky on January 21st, 1939. We shall exterminate the Jews. The Jews will not get away with their responsibility for November 9th, 1918. This day will be avenged. I'm not throwing for the bit, dude. I'm not throwing for the bit. Also, November 9th, 1918 is the proclamation of the Republic. Faced with certain defeat of the German Reich in the First World War, the Social Democratic Philipp Scheidemann proclaimed the German Republic on this Saturday from a window of the Reichstag building, today the seat of the Bundestag. There were major food shortages and protests and rallies throughout the country. The population blamed Emperor Wilhelm II for the war and demanded his abdication. Most soldiers were tired of fighting as well and wanted the war to end. On the 9th of November, 1918, the emperor was forced to abdicate. Can someone explain why that's the Jews' fault? Because he's stupid. He's a stupid anti-Semite. It's ridiculous because you know who fought in World War I? Germans who were also Jews. Okay? This is something that, weirdly enough, every single Holocaust revisionist or every single guy who's just simply talking about how Hitler arrived at the positions he arrived at failed to consider. It is such an interesting perspective that you hear from the likes of whatever the fuck his face is, the one that was on Joe Rogan Experience, the historian, the fake podcast historian, who basically tries to, no, not Douglas Murray, Daryl Cooper. Daryl Cooper will talk about how, like, well, of course these guys were like anti-Semitic because, like, think about it. They just came out of World War I. It's like, yeah, so did the fucking Jews in Germany, dumbass. They weren't doing Hitler. What do you mean? Like, the Jews in Germany were not like a separate entity. They were a part of German society. The idea that they were, somehow not also victim to the same conditions is really stupid. 1 correct, 5 incorrect. That's fucked up. One of the soldiers, the 16-year-old girl, laughing. They gathered them in something like a cage and put iron wires around them. They gathered all the men, sat them in the ground, and one of the soldiers got the submachine gun and shot them. There were soldiers who took flamethrowers and ran after the villages and burned them. Nazi. This is way harder than America. This is like playing a DLC for any From Software game while also only using your fists. I am referring here to the evacuation of the group, the extermination of the group people. This is one of the things that is easily said, but then they came all along and each one has his one decent member of the group. Zionist.
It's Brazil 1, Germany 7.
Okay, I'm going to start flipping a coin to see if the performance improves. I think that it might be easier for me to do it that way. Okay, or here, we can just do that. Yeah, we can flip the coin this way. Okay. Heads means Zionist, tails means Nazi. This is actually fucked up. These people must be destroyed. They are no longer human beings. They are animals. Heads or tails, okay? Heads means Zionist. Tails means Nazi. Heads. Heads means Zionist. Shut the fuck up! Fuck you! Even the coin is not working! After visiting imprisoned Jews in Lodz ghetto in Nazi-occupied Poland in 1939, Nazi Minister of Propaganda Joseph Goebbels wrote in his diary, "They are no longer human beings. They are animals. Thus, our task is no longer humanitarian but surgical. We must cut here, and quite invasively. Otherwise, Europe will perish from the Jewish disease." Who said this? Region never progressed beyond certain primitiveness. It has never even known anything but chaos because it lacked mankind, the valuable bearer of culture, the genius who systematically planned peaceful reconstruction, who ordered the well-designed exploitation of the immense treasures and the fertility of the soil. This country has only known the powers of unrestricted despoiling and brutal armament for war. Okay, heads means Zionist, tails means Nazi. I'm going to tell you what my opinion is as well. F it, why not? I think this is a Zionist. I think it's a Zionist, and chat seemingly is unified that it's a Zionist. Let's see what the coin says. Okay, heads, Zionist. This is the hardest game I've ever played in my entire life, dude. What the f is going on? This was stated by Heinrich Himmler about Eastern Europe, Nazi Germany, Zionist Israel, and all other forms of European colonialism justified and are still justifying their actions as civilizing missions. Oh. Okay, this one's easy. Who said this? This is the war between sons of light and sons of darkness. Benjamin Netanyahu said this. We will not let up our mission until the light overcomes the darkness. The good will defeat the extreme evil that threatens us. This is a Benjamin Netanyahu said this. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, I got one. Oh, I didn't even use the coin on this. This is mine. This is my victory. This is my W. This is my fucking victory. The Benjamin, I even gave you who said it. Oh my God, I didn't use the coin. Thank God I didn't use the coin. Let's see what the coin would have said. See? The coin would have failed. The coin would have failed. And I saved us, boys. I fucking saved us. We're back. I am getting every single one of these right going forward. Are you ready? It's called One Frame, Elite Gamer. This group has deserved the catastrophe that has now overtaken them. Their destruction will now go hand in hand with the destruction of our enemies. We must hasten the process with cold ruthlessness. Okay. I don't know. It could be either. Every single one of them is either. But I'm resorting to the coin. Tails, Nazi. Yes! The coin! This was said by Propaganda Minister Joseph Goebbels. I would have literally said Zionist, by the way. I would have actually said Zionist. Okay, but it doesn't matter because the coin saved us. Okay, I told you, we're getting all of them right going forward. Something like a cage has to be built for them. I know it sounds terrible. It's really cruel, but there is no choice. There is a wild animal there that has to be locked up in one. Okay, that's a Nazi, but we're going to resort to the coin again. That's definitely a Nazi. Let's see what the coin says. Heads. Coin says Zionist. Coin got it right! This was said by Israeli historian Benny Morris on January 7, 2004. He was a professor of history in the Middle East Studies Department of Ben Gurion University in the Negev in the city of Beersheba, Israel. From 2015 to 2018, Morris served as the Goldman visiting Israeli professor in Georgetown University's Department of Government. Oh my God. Benny Boy also got owned by Norm Finkelstein alongside Sex Pestany, if you remember. Wow, what a situation. Hold on, I lost the... Well, the coin saved me. The coin saved me. The coin saved me. Boys, the coin saved my ass. Okay, next. The right to exercise national self-determination in speaker's country is unique to the speaker's ethnic group of people. Okay, I think this is a Zionist. Let's see what the coin says, because the coin hasn't failed me yet. I think this is a Zionist, though. Okay? Coin says Zionist as well. Oh, tails was Nazi. Heads is Zionist. Tails is Nazi. I think this is a Zionist. Coin says it's a Nazi. I was right. Wait, oh, heads was Zionist. I fucked it up. Heads meant Zionist. I fucked it up. I'm sorry. That doesn't count. That actually is one for us. That is one for us. I said it was a Zionist, and so did the coin. I am fumbling. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is an excerpt from the nation state bill passed in the Knesset on 19th of July, 2018. The right to exercise national self-determination in the state of Israel is unique to the Jewish people. This law clearly exposes the Zionist lie that Palestinians have equal rights in Israel. Human Rights Watch described it as the explicit manifestation of apartheid. We saw the passage of the nation-state law, which codified constitutional value, the idea of one group of people on the ground has rights denied to the other. When we put all those things together, it became impossible to say that there was not a clear intent to dominate. The weak crumble, are slaughtered, and are erased from history, while the strong, for good or for ill, survive. The strong are respected, and alliances are made with the strong, and in the end, peace is made with the strong. Okay, that's a Nazi. Easy. Let's see what the coin says, though. That's easy Nazi. Okay, coin says heads. Heads is Zionist. I think it's a Nazi, but the coin says Zionist. Let's take a look. Shut the f*** up! Everyone in the chat is throwing up N for Nazi. All of you were wrong, and the coin was right. Wow. Netanyahu made the remarks on Twitter on August 29th, 2018, while threatening to use nuclear weapons to wipe out the country's enemies. For comparison, an excerpt from Hitler's speech in Munich: the whole of nature is a mighty struggle between strength and weakness, an eternal victory of the strong over the weak. Oh, the coin knows. Okay. Thank God the coin is saving my ass right now. National Speakers Group will make the ancient soil fertile. That soil was unproductive for others, but for us, it was good soil because we okay, this is Zionist. This is Zionist. Israel, made the desert bloom, that type of shit, right? But we're going to refer to the coin regardless. It says Nazi. I think it's a Zionist. Coin says Nazi. Let's take a look. There it is. It was, of course, yes. We were right. The coin was wrong. The coin actually fucking failed us. This was a classic. This was easy. This was easy clap. Theodor Herzl, father of modern political Zionism, envisaged the Jewish redemption of the land along the following lines. National Judaism will make the ancient soil fertile. It seems miraculous. Everything natural is miraculous. Once the nation, which we Zionists are arousing, is fully awakened, things will happen swiftly and dynamically. Then the nation will behold us, its ancient land, beautifully situated on the Mediterranean, with regions of cold, moderate, and warm climate, a land suited for any kind of cultivation with long dormant natural resources. This is similar to common Zionist slogans like making the desert bloom. See, I told you, I knew that. I got it right. For the record. Can the record show? I mean, this is wrong. This is right. I probably got 10 right at this point, and maybe a couple half wrong. But it does feel like, just forget this game. We played this game. Don't even think about it, actually. Be triumphant and finish them off. And don't leave anyone behind. Erase the memory of them. Erase them, their families, mothers, and children. These animals can no longer live. If you have a member group neighbor, don't wait. Go to his home and shoot him. Okay, this is a Nazi. This is a Nazi. This has to be a fucking Nazi. But let's see what the coin says. Coin says Zionist. Oh! The coin. Trust in the coin. You didn't trust in the coin last time. I trusted in the coin. The coin delivered. Let's be real. Coin's got currently a better track record than me. I'm not even joking. The coin is literally beating me. How is that possible? Leaving this up to a 50-50 chance has caused me better favor in this fucking thing than the coin is actually going 50-50. I was going 1 out of 7. This was said by Ezra Yachin, who was brought into IDF official vehicles to give a pep talk to Israeli soldiers before Israel's 2023 ground invasion of Gaza. 95-year-old Ezra Yachin is also, by the way, which one is it? Is it Yachin or Yachin? Is also a veteran of the Deir Yassin massacre, one of the most horrific crimes during the Nakba. By the way, I've also shown you this video, and I also thought it might be that guy, but I was like, it's got to be a Nazi. Okay. All right. Let's go next. Even 1 million members of the group are not worth a fingernail of speakers group. Oh, this is. I don't know anymore. I don't fucking know. I wanted to prove a point about how Zionism and Nazism are so compatible with one another, and it turns out it's literally they say the same shit. They say that it's 18 quotes. I've given up. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It could be both. Why not both? It's a Zionist and a Nazi. It's bar for bar. I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's a Venn diagram that's a circle. Oh. This is the most difficult game of my life, dude. Okay, I'm gonna get it right. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if this was a Nazi. I think maybe a Nazi. I think a Nazi said this. Let's see what the coin says. Heads. Okay, coin says Zionist. Let's see. Oh, thank God the coin is right. Oh my God. Oh my God. This might be my worst game that I've ever played on this broadcast. Rabbi Yaakov Perrin, in homage to Baruch Goldstein, told mourners that even 1 million Arabs are not worth a Jewish fingernail. And angry voices in the congregation shouted, "We are all Goldsteins and Arabs out of Israel." On February 25th, 1994, Goldstein, dressed in an Israeli military uniform, entered a mosque in the Cave of the Patriarchs and opened fire on the 800 Palestinian Muslim worshippers praying there during the month of Ramadan, killing 29 and wounding 125 worshippers until he was beaten to death by the survivors. In responding to this act of Zionist terrorism, Israel did not punish extremist settlers, but instead imposed more restrictions on the Palestinian population. Bro, Chatter said, can we please look at the sources? Are you stupid? You think the Cave of the Patriarchs massacre didn't happen? Like, what are you talking about? It's one of the most famous acts of direct Zionist terror in Israeli history. Here, I'll give you someone who's talking about it. Roll the loner box clip talking to a defender of Baruch Goldstein. Here, fact sheet from the Institute of Middle East Understanding, the Ibrahimi Mosque massacre. Here is famous, according to Ethan Klein, Palestinian defender, loner box on a propaganda trip to Israel, talking to one of the settlers who is a defender of Baruch Goldstein. I wonder if they will call into question some of the actions that we just described.
2,000-year-old building, and you see that people come here, all kinds of Jews. It's an important site.
Okay. Jewish and Muslim sites are really close together.
Yeah, there's a door.
So when Mr. Goldstein did his thing, did you look at
Mr. Goldstein.
Dr. Goldstein.
When Mr. Goldstein did his thing and he corrects him, he goes, Dr. Goldstein.
He didn't go to doctor school for you to call him Mr.,
okay.
but he was, you have to understand what the situation there was, and I'm in no way am I justifying his act.
He's not justifying his act. Okay, that's good.
We completely abhor that act and have no justification for it. That being said, to understand the milieu of what was happening there, there was tremendous terrorism. He was a known doctor who had treated Arabs and Jews, and was a really kind of famous doctor around here. But there was a lot of terrorism. A lot of his friends died in his hands, and the army told him that on Purim of that year, there's going to be a massacre. Get more beds ready, and he snapped or whatever happened there, and he shot up these Muslim worshippers, and after that, they separated this building.
Yeah, I don't think Dr. Goldstein actually treated Arabs, as a matter of fact. I think that's a lie as well. I don't believe that that is correct. Oh, look at that. Profile. Healer and militant killer chose violence. Profile. Gunman doctor who often refused to treat Arabs. According to the Los Angeles Times. This is the first fucking thing that came up. Wow. Seems like this Baruch Goldstein defender was fucking lying about that. Healer and militant killer chose violence. Profile. Gunman, a doctor who often refused to treat Arabs, was an extremist whose views only hardened. I don't get it. What is this video from? Are these guys in Israel? These are two famous Israel dick riders. One famously is a sex criminal, sex pest, who said he loves that Israel is doing a genocide and it should just do a genocide and get it over with.
Honestly, I'm pro-genocide. It sounds really shitty, but I think that Israel should just draw its borders about where it is now, and basically Palestinians can go live in another place. That's really shitty, but that's about right.
And the other, who at least at a certain point claimed that he was pro-Palestinian, don't know if he still does, but refuses to say that Israel is doing a genocide right now. They're both in the West Bank talking to, I believe, Itamar Ben-Gvir's direct advisor, who is a supporter of, liar? What? Oh, you said no drama. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Not only, by the way, this guy is a known sex pest because he fucked this guy's girlfriend and then revealed footage of this guy fucking this guy's girlfriend to other people, by the way.
Are you going to stop streaming entirely or just make it less frequent? I don't know. I'm just going to take a little break, I think. What was the catalyst for that decision? Can't really go into detail. It's been a few things.
Don't know if they're still dating or not. He still defends him though, weirdly enough. Yeah, just if you want to understand like how depraved these people are. These are the people who criticize you for an uncritical interview with a Houthi they claim is a Houthi. I mean, it's a strange one. It is a strange one. Can we admit that it's just strange to still have any sort of loyalty to this other guy? All right, let's see. We got 3 more questions. God damn it. What's so horrifying about understanding that the entire group of people is the enemy? Okay, this is a Zionist. A Zionist said that. Let's see. Heads, tails. Okay, tails. Coin says Nazi. I think Zionist. Let's take a look. Okay, I was right. Coin was wrong. The coin. This was said by Ayelet Shaked, who served as Israel's Minister of Justice from 2015. A lot of justice he dished out. From 2015 to 2019, and Minister of Interior from 2021 to 2022. And he said this on June 30th, 2014. What's so horrifying about understanding that the entire Palestinian people is the enemy? Every war is between two peoples, and every war, the people who started the war, that whole people is the enemy. They are all enemy combatants, and their blood shall be on their heads. Now this also includes the mothers of the martyrs, who send them all to hell with flowers and kisses. They should follow their sons. Nothing would be more just. They should go, as should the physical homes in which they raise the snakes. Otherwise, more little snakes will be raised there. She had a campaign ad where she sprayed a perfume called Fascism on her. Wait, this is her? Oh my God. Fascism by Ayelet Shaked, Israel's far-right justice minister, released a campaign video for what? Oh my God. Also, this is identical to a quote that's currently going viral on Twitter. I'm sure you guys have seen it, of like one Israeli protester. Does anyone have that quote where she talks about like killing the offspring? It was all over my timeline. I'm sure it's all over yours as well. Here it is. Offspring is the most villainous word you can use for the children in this type of situation.
When there is a war, it doesn't matter who your enemy is. You need to destroy their offspring to prevent them from creating more offspring. Cool.
Just so you know, that's I think that's recent. So if you were just like wondering what the Israeli position is, maybe it's different from the Israeli politicians, but it seems like it's not. Okay, all right. Well, the coin f***ed us here. We knew that it was a Zionist. Who said this? We must expel group and take their place. Okay, this is a Zionist. This is a Zionist. It's got to be like it's going to be like Jabotinsky or something. Okay, but let's give it to the coin again. Trust the coin. Trust the coin. Trust the coin. Tails. Coin says Nazi. I say Zionist. Let's take a look. Oh, I was right again. Oh, it was David Ben-Gurion. It wasn't Jabotinsky. Holy f***. Well, the coin was wrong. I was right. This was this was an easy one too. We shouldn't have left it to the coin on that. That was an easy one, but we got to trust the coin. We got to trust the coin. Quoted from David Ben-Gurion's 5th of October 1937 letter to his son, where he discusses the 1937 recommendation by the Palestine Royal Peel Commission to partition Palestine. Given the density of the Arab population in the area allotted to the Jewish state, the commission recommended that 225,000 Arabs be transferred out of the proposed Jewish state, and that this transfer be, in the last resort, compulsory. In exchange, 1,250 Jews were transferred from the proposed Arab state. Wow, look at the numbers. Look at the disparity there. Nothing has changed. All right, last question. The group wanted war. Now they have it. There is only one effective measure. Cut them out. Zionist. It's a Zionist. He's talking about, okay, he says tails. He says Nazi. Coin says Nazi. I say Zionist. This could be any number of, this could be a liberal Zionist. This could be an ultra Zionist. I still think it's a Zionist. Coin says Nazi. I'm ignoring the coin and I'm going Zionist. Shut the f*** up! Fuck you! Fuck you! Hey! Fuck! That's crazy, man. That's crazy. The one time I said f*** the coin, I'm so certain I should have trusted the coin. That's crazy. 7 right. 14 wrong. All right. Okay. What do you want? You want attention? Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. Hello. Oh. Hello. Oh no. Oh no, you're gonna spill. Oh my God. Oh, what a baby. Oh, my child, my daughter. Let Kaya answer. She go 20 for 20. It is statistically okay. Considering that this was a 50-50 split and I got 7 questions right and 14 wrong only after the coin kicked in, yes, statistically speaking, my dog has a higher chance of getting more questions right than me and the coin combined. And the reality of the matter is, given my performance before I started using the coin, it probably would have been even worse overall. This was said by propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels. Just like the Zionists today, he blamed the oppressed for the extermination campaign he was conducting. Yeah, the coin is literally a better political... Like, look at this. Look. Up until this point, I think I was relying on my own. And then after this point, I start using the coin. The greens only come in after I started using the coin. Fuck me, dude. That's crazy. I got 1 right out of like 7. And then I started using the coin.